John Smit, such a privilege once again. We had you briefly on one of the shows when Uppies played Boys High.
Thank goodness it was before the result.
I didn't want to catch you after that one. But yeah, I mean, welcome to Blindside. You know what we're all about. The values are more or less the same on all of these programs that we are doing. I mean, you're obviously a Hall of Famer. You were inducted. You're an ambassador for them. And obviously this week is just phenomenal. The CEO Challenge, you're one of the captains of the team. Well, the winning captain. You carry the crown for now. Just talk us through this and why you got behind this and why it's so important for you as an ex-player.
Look, I think you touched on it earlier, Thys. You know, we've got these schools with values, but really it's where we go as youngsters, girls and boys, to these traditional schools that are so strong, and we learn about people, we learn about respect, tradition, hierarchy, all these life lessons. And you know, when Hall of Fame wanted to start doing something to make a difference in the country, the best way to do it is to give kids an opportunity to have something like that. And you know, it's amazing. You look at different kids and how they respond to opportunities that are put in front of them, and very often than not, it's the opportunity is grabbed by someone that wouldn't have seen it many times. But sometimes as a kid of privilege, sometimes you throw in opportunities and sometimes you waste them because you actually don't know how rare they are. So Hall of Fame have come in here and they've gotten corporate South Africa together. Last year was an amazing success. The work that they're doing at Pretoria Boys High and other schools is phenomenal to see. And the other thing that people don't talk about is that it's giving kids the opportunity to go to a school like Pretoria Boys High and others where they would not normally be able to afford it. And these kids are taking the opportunity and starting to show a bit of grit and teach the other boys around them that are probably a little bit more privileged what to be grateful for and how to work for things. And that, I think, has also got a great positive spin on this entire program. So why am I here again? It's easy. Johnny and the whole team from Hall of Fame have already made a massive difference to our youth, and we hopefully can help them make an even bigger difference for a very long time, so that one day this can be looked back upon as one of the turning points in South Africa's history for the youth of today, which are going to be the leaders of tomorrow.
Absolutely. And I mean, the vision is 1,000 boys. I mean, they're close to 50 as of next year. Phenomenal difference we're seeing already. But if you look at what this brings, you know, 1,000 sounds like a mountain to climb. Yeah. But if you see the amount of CEOs and everybody that jumped on this, and they, you know, they share those same values. I mean, this is just going to go from strength to strength.
Well, you know, 1,000 is a big number. I mean, 50 is a big number. If you start to look at the costs of what it takes to put these kids into these schools and give them opportunities, and I think that's where corporate South Africa is actually. I think they're not enough of them that know what the Hall of Fame do.
Yeah. To
see the kind of good that they could sort of funnel their funds into, to be able to have a positive, because most corporates have got these funds, want to transform the country, but just not quite sure how to do it. Sometimes it's a bit of hit and miss. And here we've got corporates that are actually rubbing shoulders with the Hall of Fame and its ambassadors and seeing what they've already done. And it's tangible, it's there. So it's almost an educational process, this National CEO Cycle Challenge.
I mean, it's measurable. I mean, you see it. You see it in these boys. It's phenomenal. And I believe it's going to get to a point where, I mean, SA Hall of Fame has just won the global award for being the most trusted NPO in South Africa. And that in itself, you want to be associated with that as a corporate.
Yeah, and I think everyone's always got their doubts because there's 1,000 charities looking for help with something. So to have that kind of official backing around what the Hall of Fame is about certainly gives the big corporates that peace of mind.
Yeah. John, it's been such a privilege, and you're going to cycle now.
Yeah.
You've got Yanni's record to break. Apparently he had a machine of a ride.
Yeah.
Victor couldn't get to that this morning, so let's see if you can beat him.
I've got a few attempts in the next 3 days, so I'll make sure that I save myself for that magical 15-kilometer record.
That big finale. Thank you so much, John.